Hello viewer, hope the day is treating you right. We are continuing the story exactly where we left off last time. Last episode we got some flashbacks about Prava, so now we know that her mother was very strict and also abusive, emotionally and slightly physically. So from that I do understand that Prava was very much starved for any sort of positive emotion. So really, it's no surprise that she would latch on to Kanari, as maybe the first one to ever give her actual friendship with no strings attached, and maybe RM to a lesser extent. But that still doesn't explain that level of possessiveness that I'm guessing is a fairly recent development, because I don't expect Kanari to put up with that for many years. So, here we are now. Prava sent RM to talk with Kanari, to talk him out of whatever retaliation he has in store for the guy that punched him the other day. I don't expect this to go well in any sort of capacity. But let's see. I found him in the storage room, stocking shelves. My heart was pounding. How do I make this natural? Sachita was right. Kanari and I don't have these kinds of conversations. Will he know she sent me? I'm pretty sure he has always known. He's just putting up with it, for whatever reason. But I think his patience is nearing its end. I stepped through the doorway, pushing aside the curtain. Kanari turned and gave me a wave. Hey, dude. Hey, Oh, Aram. Good. I thought you'd already taken off. Get this. I've been working on something. Something funny. Oh, that's, It's gonna be great. That prick. The asshole that punched me in the face. I figured I'd get a little payback, you know. Khan. There's this one idea I'm kicking around. I'm thinking I'll stay late one afternoon and, steal his things. You know, his apron, tools, whatever. Khan, hold on. And I'll hide them around the kiln in, I don't know, all sorts of places. You know, real hard to reach spots. Dude, you literally cannot walk without a cane. How do you want to reach those hard to reach spots? Kanari. What? Don't worry, man, I'll work you in as well. You run lookout and help me think of the funniest place to hide things. It'll be just like old times, yeah? You shouldn't do it. What? Are you serious? It's just... I don't know. Maybe hold off. Now isn't such a good time, right? No. Now is a great time, actually. It couldn't be better. Imagine how funny it'll be watching him frantically search the place like an idiot, all red in the face. Yeah, I'm just saying. If you do something like that, won't it just make things worse between you two? And, you know, it could cause a big disruption. The other apprentices might be pissed at you. God's light, you sound just like Prava. It's not that big a deal. Sure, maybe we're 2 vases short for the day. Who cares? It's pottery, there's plenty of it. This isn't going well. What can I say? Well, preferably don't quote Prava. 'Cause that's a dead giveaway. Carl looked at a nearby window. From the storage room, there was a clear view of the plantation, stretching towards the sea. The sun was beginning to dip, and still there were apprentice farmers out working the soil. You know, I just realized Archimancy cannot make seeds. So where did they get the initial seeds to start the farming? And where do they keep the rest? Like there should be a separate storage room for it or something, right? We've never seen that one. Just a thought. Their silhouettes were dark against the horizon. You know what Oh no. Evening, moody music. Kanan is getting sentimental, huh? Or maybe reminiscing. Kanari's voice softened. It's good that you like your obligation. You get to run around doing, I don't know, God knows what. But you come home feeling like you did something that day. Like those hours you spent working actually contributed towards something. He chuckled. Not everyone's that lucky. Not me. With this shit leg of mine. Kanari tapped his cane lightly against his heel. They stuck me here because it was all I was good for, you know. And that's fine. I don't blame them. They did it to make the most use out of me. It made perfect logical sense. But you still fucking hate it. 'Cause you're a human being who wanted to do so much more, huh? I saw the corners of his mouth twist into a smile. But then it was gone. So, no. I don't care if everyone here hates me. Finally, he turned to look at me. I'm a pain in the ass. Everyone feels that way already. Oh, poor guy. He's both internalizing and projecting all of his insecurities, huh? Well, now the problem is that, generally, you cannot talk such a person out of anything they have in their head. So what's Aram's gonna do here? It's a bad idea, Khan. You shouldn't do it. Please don't do it. Okay then. Whatever you say, boss. Look, it's not like that. No, it's whatever. I was just joking before or something. Yep, immediately retreating from the hard-fat conversation. If only these two boys would properly communicate. I need to get back to putting this stuff away, so... Yeah, right. Okay. I'll get out of your way. See you at home. See ya. Well, that went swimmingly. Let's hope. Prava was waiting for me outside the door to the kiln. We exchanged no words, but as I passed her by, I stopped. I turned and gave her a nod to explain that I'd done my part. Prava looked at me for a moment before nodding in return, quickly casting her gaze aside. I took that as my permission to leave. As I walked away, I heard the faint sound of a writing stick scratching furiously about paper. Prava writing in her notebook. I shuddered, wondering what it was she was writing, and what she would have me do next. Why you make it sound so ominous? She's not gonna make you murder the guys who would wish Kanari harm. I hope so. Well, I don't even know at this point. Like something about Prava is making her obsessively care about Kanari. That much is true. I just don't know how much of a yandere she's gonna be about it. Like, really, it could go, I think, two ways. She could either start getting violent against everyone, so much as looks at Kanari wrong, which is kinda half the settlement already. Or I could even see her just taking Kanari's cane, so he would have no choice but to lean on her, or maybe even breaking his other leg, chaining him to his bed, so she could nurse him, or some shit like that. Okay, let's not think about that. We got sentry duty. So we have been rocking the copper straight sword. That disarm, I think, is working pretty nicely. I don't actually know at this point. Like, I'm pretty sure that disarm just cuts the enemy's damage, which should also mean that we are losing less stamina when we don't block perfectly, so I think it all works out. But maybe we should be graduating from the spear. We did try the iron greatsword. That wasn't too bad. Maybe a little too slow for us. I don't know. We could go with the scythe. But maybe doubling up on disarm is not the best idea. We also got this mace for armor breaking. I feel like it's best if we get one short range and one long range weapon maybe. Do we have another perfect metal? Nope. So that means we cannot upgrade yet. So far, because of the upgrades, the spear is the best weapon that we got, so just to make the fight over that much quicker, I think we're gonna keep going with this. Oh, Talas Minash. While slightly lighter in color than your own, it passes without raising any major suspicion. The sooner Talas finished with the repairs, the better. And I don't know if it's because of cultural reasons or whatever, but we cannot actually go without a Minash. That is also interesting. Like, really. Most of this would have been avoided if RM just went without a Minash. I wonder what's up with that. Anything I want to change here, maybe? Increase counter damage. You know, that one is kind of a good idea, maybe. Because we do get a lot of counters because of the shield. Sure, let's switch the concrete ring that gives us defense into this. Well, now we're pretty low on defense. We will see how this setup works. Alright. I think it's a bad idea to go in here. Yep. He's not even gonna do it. Anything? We haven't seen any other ancestors that can do electrocution since that one boss fight, so the fact that this is here makes me think that there are gonna be others, but we will see. Okay, nothing new in the brickworks. I might want to go back to the scout, check out his other stuff. Oh, there's still that thing that I don't know how to get. Can I still not go up? Reduces the cost of rolling. Oh, only outside of combat. Well, in that case I don't want it. No, don't want to speak to you. Do I have anything I want from the depot? I could buy a couple of perfect metals actually. And if I go to the hospice to buy some burn cream, then maybe the golden earrings as well. Pretty close to be able to buy this one. But knowing my luck, it's gonna increase all attributes by 1 or something. And then you realize that spending all that money was pointless. So maybe let's buy 5 of these. That's gonna be good enough for a couple of weapon upgrades. Okay. We do have a whole bunch of ancestor parts. Probably would be a good idea to use them. Antique sandals. Gives decent extra resists. What's the one I'm wearing again? Slightly increased memory iron. And increases turn time. And also has higher defense than that other one. Maybe one that gives a tiny bit of defense. A traditional set of men's clothing, seemingly from long ago. In your opinion, they're somewhat godish, and you'd prefer not to be seen wearing them, especially not by Sacheta. Well, okay. Let's see about this. So, slightly higher weight. And gives 1% defense. Okay, let's see. Current cost to roll 37. Goes up to 38. Okay, I think I can deal with that. And we will see. I think this resist rating is only the amount that the enemy has to feel before you get inflicted. Okay, do you have anything else? Ah, RM. Master Die Maker. Are you... Are you well? Oh, please. Don't worry yourself over me, Orem. I've never had much of an appetite to begin with. Oh, right. She's old. And rationing. And I also think dye making is not a vital profession. Yeah, okay. It is perfectly reasonable to be worried about her. But I worry about you more than myself. You must be famished, running about all day. I don't deserve to be. My ration was cut, yes. But compared to the others, it hardly changed at all. Worrying about me, it's a waste of time. Ah, you don't mean that. Orem, none of this is fair. Perhaps your suffering is less than others, but it's suffering nonetheless. Even if you won't worry about yourself, I will. Thank you. Ah, she really is just the old family friend who was always nice to us. Can we speak to our mom? I kinda wanna see if she has any follow-up to our last conversation. But I'm gonna assume not. You know, we also never just randomly ran into our father. Where exactly do his duties take him, I wonder? Hey, Mom? Orem? I need to speak to you. Oh, what's this about? Okay, Mom. What is it? Oh, it's the same. Well, let's not go through all that again. I still believe that there needs to be a time when those two men just sit down and talk. Because none of this is gonna get resolved otherwise. Ashadar is probably too deep in his duties and whatever guilt he thinks he has. Okay, looks like you don't have anything new to say. It's pretty strange that this History Keeper gear has higher defense than any of the others. Nothing new in the hospice, and I don't think I have any bones, right? Nope. This is the armory. Let's maybe drop a quick save. And maybe see about an upgrade. So the straight sword doesn't get too much in terms of damage. If we were to switch to the great sword, I think the trick here is that even though it deals extra stagger damage on a perfect hit, the amount of hits you can actually get in whenever they are staggered is actually quite low, because the greatsword itself is that slow. so it might not even be worth it in the long run. Let's maybe see about the scythe. That's one. And that's two. Yeah, it doesn't increase all that much. But it's already almost double what it used to have. So let's stop at that. And then increase this shield just once more. There's probably gonna be a better shield at some later point. So let's not be overly reliant on this one. Oh wow, is it just my monitor? Or you really can't see that far in the background? Like there's a dust storm. Did it always look like that? I seem to remember being able to better see that tower. Probably not important. Oh, this looks new. I don't think you ever told me what it was. It was my stomach. And it's pretty much completely gone away by now. Sorry to worry you. Oh, yeah, 'cause the last time these guys saw him, he was just hunched over and tried to hobble away as fast as he could. Next time you're sick like that, just tell us, okay? You put us all in danger. What if an ancestor had attacked when there were only 3 of us? Sorry. I was being careless. Damn right you were. Here. Take it back. It's done. Tala shrugged my minash off his shoulders and held it up to me. I looked at it closely, noticing how carefully he'd stitched the tears. Unless you were staring at it like I was. The signs that it had once been nearly in pieces were almost invisible. I knew he'd been fixing it, but it was exceptional work. This is, I began surprised. It's perfect. How did you? Tala shrugged. I was able to make a needle and thread that night, like you said. I know some sewing from my mom. I did some of it after you ran off. Enough to hold it together at least. Okay, so then you gave it to someone else? And I turned it inside out when I put it on, so they wouldn't see the blood. Wow, what are these minashes even made of? If it doesn't even soak through with blood. I nodded, somewhat amazed at how willing Tala now was to cover for me. I remembered being scolded by High Wound Bearer Nihal the morning after my injury. I'd figured the other sentries would tell the armory about my unexplained absence eventually. And while Nihal reprimanded me for abandoning my post, he'd heard from the others that I'd been sick and let me off with a warning. I'd suspected it at the time, but now, seeing my carefully sewn minash, it was clear that lie had been Tala's as well. Quickly, I took his minash off and offered it up. His was a lighter shade than my own, so to be extra careful, I'd been rubbing it in the dirt frequently in an attempt to hide it. As I passed it over, I muttered an apology that it was so filthy. Sorry. He shook his head. Something like this. It won't happen again, okay? You better not get into the habit of making promises that you know are outside your ability to keep. Just saying, my dude. I'm planning on getting better at archimancy. Really practicing. It'll be helpful on my mission. Fixing my clothes if they tear, or my sandals if they break. Your mission. That's what you're calling it now. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Nothing, Aram. Tell me, just how far along is this mission of yours? Now you want the details? You thought I was making everything up, remember? I never said I didn't believe you. I said I didn't understand it. You were saying all sorts of strange things. People who lived in the well, finding a way to end the famine. Yeah, that's right. More or less. So, did you find a way? I'm working on it. Working on it? What are you working on, exactly? I'm gathering information. Okay. Let's hear it then. Oh, are we actually gonna tell him about stuff? His interrogation was beginning to irritate me. I've learned plenty, haven't I? I tried to get everything straight in my head. The well. I began by describing it. Towering buildings, empty rooms, thousands of doors and windows, staircases that seemed to stretch for miles. People live there. Different than me, whatever that meant. They left behind their words. Many of them had died. They'd gone somewhere. It was a place without hunger. A better world. Yes, a better world. How did they get there? That was the question. An elevator. It carried people. Lots of them. Far away. Okay. Yes. It was a lead. It was something at least. What else? Ancestors. I knew that Tala knew already. But I suppose I was finally coming clean about that piece of it. They were everywhere down there. All shapes and sizes. Some of them could speak. Some of them were friendly. Most of them weren't. Some of them were like guards. Some of them were like soldiers. My rambling slowly died out as I heard myself for the first time. Oh, you were actually saying it. I thought you were trying to get it straight in your head. Okay. What have I really learned so far? What have I... Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, you've got nothing, my guy. It's a lot. You're not making much sense. No, it does make sense. It does. I just don't see the full picture yet. You've been at this for weeks. Shut up. You think I'm not trying? It's all I think about, Tala. All day long. I unpack what I've seen and piece it together. Aram, you sound obsessed. This can't be healthy. You don't say. I stood up. I've had enough of this, I said, turning to leave. If you're still not on my side, then you don't need to know the details. Tala called my name. Hold on, he said. Let me ask you this. Whatever gave you that wound? I glanced self-consciously at my chest. Will it be there, waiting for you tonight? I was about to give a curt reply when I realized that my heart was pounding. The thought had been creeping up on me as we'd been speaking. I knew he was probably right. That terminal authority. It must be waiting for me. I don't know, I said, taking the first step down the staircase. But if it is, this time I'm ready. This time I'll kill it. Well, I wouldn't be so sure about that. And we are right back here. I find myself in that place once again. The place I nearly lost everything. The first thing I realized was that it was quiet. Dead silent as it had been before. The sound of metal fingers scraping against stone, chasing me through the halls. It was gone. Well, okay. That by itself doesn't really mean anything. But let's see about that. I might not have enough time today to explore all that much. But let's see if we can make it at least further than this one corridor. Maybe just run through. This is it. There's no other way down from here. Well, there could be. All you need to do is cut down some of the wires and just rappel down. Of course, you might not be able to get back up, but hey, you're gonna take risks at this point, right? I'll have to pass back through. I tensed and gripped my weapon and shield tightly. How many ancestors will I have to destroy to get through? It would be so funny if the Terminal Authority wasn't even here anymore. Like it just moved places. Or had the whole place on lockdown, because it is clearly compromised. Well, let's see what the truth is. Hold on, what the fuck? Is it dead? Did someone else kill it? Who the fuck comes down here besides us? The Terminal Authority. It was lifeless. Its body hung limp. As I came close, it made no movements whatsoever. Oh, maybe something deactivated it. And moreover, the door behind it was now open. Oh, was it closed before? I don't even remember. What? What happened? There had been dozens of them that night, chasing me down. Where had they gone? Why? Why is it dead? Now, ain't that the million-dollar question? Nothing to do now but press on. I remembered what it had said. There is a single elevator located several dozen strata below this one. It's all I have. So I'll go. Well, good for you, Warren. Wouldn't be me. If I saw the thing that almost killed me, just being killed by something else, I would say no, fuck all of this. High strata. Okay, so from the terminal, we go to the high strata. So maybe this place was partitioned off, because this was like the noble district or something. There are a couple of shelves in the background here, with maybe books or data disks or something. Oh, this might have also been a laboratory of some kind. And also, we get the charged up guy. Oh, that is very much bird-like, even has wings. Oh, scaffolding. Wait, was this strata never finished? What's going on here? Okay, let me see. Okay. Ouch. Now it's always hard to get back into the groove of this game. Ah, okay. Oof. Well, I didn't want this. Okay, that's slightly better. Ouch. Well, ignore all of that. That was just poor showing on my part. But I kinda wanna have to go through it. Ouch. Okay, that's better. Oh, what the hell was that? Oof. Now that was a bullshit range and you know it. Well, okay then. Time for plan B. Dodge and run. I got too much memory iron in there to just lose it. Nope. There we go. Oh, come on. Okay, goodbye. So let's not go down. Oh, little blocky fellows. Hello? Okay, what's going on with me today? Ah, okay, that's better. At least they're very slow. Oh, come on. Okay, I am pretty rusty. This goes back up here. Okay, that's probably the way to go. Oh, bigger sets of boxes. One perfect metal. That's a long drop. And also, how do you put up scaffolding if you are building down? That's the part that really confuses me. Like, this whole place should not be. Unless they were building from the ground up. Nope. Yeah, we probably have to go back and buy some electrocution resistant stuff. Ancestor appendage. Ah, right, let's maybe go back to the scout. See if maybe we got some stuff that would be useful here. I also have a feeling I should keep at least one perfect metal. Just so the inventory doesn't always show it as a new item. Ah, here we go. We can in fact travel between the places. Hello? You've returned. Yeah. Why are you still here? Okay, this doesn't look new. So what do you got? Plate steel shield. Pretty heavy. But restores a small amount of stamina on a perfect block. I kinda need that. Enemy hits have a chance of missing. Sounds nice, but not for us. Since you have only 3 bandages, let's take that off your hand. And get this one as well. Wetting stone. Okay, so you have an infinite supply of that. Good to know. And I might as well just take everything from you. Okay then. So So yeah, heavier shield, but almost the same stamina absorption. No counter boost. But we'll see about that. Let's see. Had to equip it first. Okay, pretty cheap to upgrade. Let's do it once. Okay, so it only upgrades the stamina absorption part. Nothing else. I see. But maybe this way will work. And we got our Minaj back. Ah, okay. And we're back here. Tell you what, I'm gonna stop right here. We are approaching the 1 hour mark anyway. And I fear getting through this place might prove a little tricky. It would probably help if I didn't play this game only once a week, but we'll get back to it. Anyway, for now, thank you for watching. If you liked this story, which I really hope you do, then please give the video a like. If you're new here, check around my channel. Maybe you'll find something else that is to your liking. And as always, I hope to see you in the next one. But until then, take care of yourselves and have as good a day as you can make it. Goodbye.